What's up, Big Lou? I'll be there in just a minute. Well, hell, if that isn't an entrance, I don't know what it is. So, hey, I'm switching things up. So I'm on my laptop right now, courtesy of best cock I know, Loco FPV. He sold it to me. So we're running on that right now. I'm running my special low 4K camera, and outside of that, I'm still trying to get the audio figured out. So hopefully you can hear me. Lou, I know you're kind of like my guinea pig right now, so rather large one. And just let me know if the audio is okay, because I'm having a hard time monitoring all this. So it's gonna be another week or so, I would imagine, until I get this all ironed out. But this is where I'm gonna try to transition over to, because the computer seems to be doing really, really well, and that's what I've been wanting to get, is an upgrade here at the shop. So use some of my money from crypto and bought this from Rob. So hopefully the audio is good. Hopefully you can see me well and everything's great. So I'm gonna move over here, lower the music a little bit, just a smidge. The problem is I can't hear me, and that's really, really hard when you're trying to balance everything. You're a little muffled. Yeah, so my mic's not the best. It gets crazy. I mean, I can switch it. If I switch it, it gets a little hairy. Let's see if I can. Best cock it out. Thank you again, Rob. Hopefully it sounds a little better. We're going to have to go with this. If I start screwing with everything, it's going to get all jacked up. I'll have to... man, I really want to put it the real set, but then I'd lose everything. I have to figure it out. And the muffled is because I'm using this headset mic. It's my gaming mic, or gaming headset. One of. Let's just get to it then. It's just going to be a test of the whole new rig. It's going to be kind of shitty. And I have no soundboard. And that sucks too. It's just like I'm sitting here talking to myself like a crazy man. All right, let's go over here. We're going to jump right into my trade. And so what I've got going on right here is I got a leverage trade going. And talked about this yesterday. Go ahead and see if I can get to my trade myself. Okay. And there's my leverage trade. And I'm 12x'd up here in the upper right hand corner. So basically I took my money and I said 12 times that. And let's go. And I got in up here right at the top. And I've been riding it down ever since. Figured out how to finally get those down. I did a lot of reading and studying today. And we're up 40%. Just letting it be. I give it a lot of room. I'm running a 15-minute chart. I know this is a lot of data to absorb, a lot of information to absorb. So I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. The bottom line is making some good profits. That's the good thing. Why can't I hear myself? Oh, I know why. If I do, then it's delayed, and then it looks like, I can't stand it. Let's see. Make sure I don't lose any chat, if there is any. Blue. Okay. So, in a nutshell, good trade. Got in at the right time. Did my homework. Paid a little tuition fees today. But so far, so good. I mean, no matter what I do, I'm winning on this trade. Depends on how much. Now, the way to go about doing that and to learn how to get into trades and in and out of trades, what I've been learning. Let me see if I can switch it up. I gotta get used to this new workflow. So let me see if I can transition this to a nice big. Yeah. And they'll go like this. All right, let's transition over there. Okay, so here's how I got into this trade. I went and did some research, some reading and studying on what are called Fibonacci retracement, which is this big painted area that I have right here. Let me see what it looks like in OBS now for you. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So it's a tool that you have over here in TradingView, and you have it on every exchange. Pretty much all the exchanges have a form of TradingView ported in, so you can utilize it. So you just go over here. They all have Fib retracement. It's just standard for all TradingView. You don't need a lot, folks. So just grab this tool, and I'll show you what it does. So I've grabbed it, and you go over here when you use this price action right here. It's saying, hey, broke down. Where are we going? Grab the. Oh, you go the other way. Let's see how we do it. Is that how we did it? See, I'm still learning. It's really cool. I had to get it to go right. Let's wait. So it breaks up. You grab the link. So it broke down. You knew it broke down. So we broke down here. So you break down. You go from top to the bottom. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And I have these settings. So I'm going to post these settings for everybody to look at. And I'm going to start doing these live streams to be totally like me coaching, like back in the day when you guys don't even know that, but another whole prior lifetime, I used to coach for a living. So I'm just going to make these kind of more educational, and you guys go out and take this, run with it, test it overnight, go from there. So what we're doing is fib retracement tool. And I already showed you where to find it inside of TradingView. And now I'm going to show you the settings which you need to run. It's going to be different than a couple people have been trading with me have been utilizing. So you need to change it. So here's where you need to change it. There's a video that I sent out to a couple of the guys today. Post a comment below or question below. Just basically say, if you want the video, just let me know. I'll send you the link. So I know most of you guys in here anyways on social medias. So just hit me up, say, hey, I want that video. Or say, hey, post it below, and I will. You need to watch it. It explains the fib retracement tool. It's a younger guy, younger than me at least. And he just cuts it. He's just a cool dude. He explains it just the right way to hear it, for me to understand it. I implemented his settings, the way he talks about it, and it gives you a brief explanation of what fib retracement is. It's if you want to get into the nitty-gritty, it's fairly complicated. The name is derived from the guy who invented this. It deals on a much more universal, like meaning space, astronomy kind of level, dealing with numbers because it's very mathematical. So if you want to get into that, you could, but it's too much. What you want to know is basically what I'm going to tell you. Almost like a cheat sheet. These are the settings to run. These are the numbers to put in. It's up to you whether you utilize that information to make a trade or not. It's up to you. This is actually proving out to be very, very good. So these settings are right down here. I'm highlighting them now. So what you do is you'll get a basic fib before you put these settings in, and it's very colorful. It's very rainbowish. I mean, that is too. But just grab it and paint one, okay? And then once you paint one, you can double click it and you'll get a toolbox right here. Go to the settings, and then these are the settings you want to put in. So if you want to pause the video, take a gander at these settings and the colors. The colors are important. It's to your liking, but I'll explain mine in a minute. So I'm going to leave this up for a couple more seconds so you guys can grab these settings. All right, I think that's good. Then everything else is just as is. I didn't change anything. So all stock. So in the past, when you do a fib retracement, you're taking it from the top. And I hate to go and screw with this because I don't want to. I'll grab one though. And you paint it like this. And the extension, when instead of going down like it's going right now, it would accordion up like this way. So I'm going to skip that because I don't think a lot of people really understand what I'm talking about. The gist of it is you need to put those parameters in, okay? And then when you see price action break a trend, meaning an uptrend or breaks a downtrend. And what I mean by that is this was an uptrend. If you look at price action, those green candles, it was broken, okay, by this downtrend. Okay, and what you're looking for is the moment that you don't paint it that way, by the way. Sorry, your trend line would go like this. If you were following an uptrend, you'd paint it, you'd put a line like that. If the trend was going up, if the candles were going up, a number of them in a row, you would paint this trend line, and you say, all right, there you're waiting for the trend line to break to get in. So that's the first thing. Don't get in when it's already going up. You can get wrecked that way. You want to get in right when it breaks the trend line. So once it breaks the trend line and you've got confirmation that it has, you can utilize the fib retracement tool. So I told you the settings. You go over there and you click it. So I'll go and click it. You bang it out right here. And you go, where was the previous high and where was the previous low? Where was the previous low? Right? So I gotta remember how I did this. Down. There you go. Bear with me as I get this down. Damn it. Still practicing this one. I need to get that one. Broke down. Once you put it in, though, when you go, so I'm in this downtrend right here. So I know it's a downtrend, meaning that it broke price action. It made it down, and it started to made this downtrend. I didn't catch this leg, but this leg was here enough for me to paint this fib. So what I did is I painted the fib from the top to the bottom to paint my fib. All right, go ahead and do it again. I don't want to screw with what I've got going. It's going so well. So I painted the top of that and then down, right? Yeah. So yeah, I did. So I can go ahead and have confidence. Go ahead and delete this. So I went from the top of the candle to the bottom to confirm my downward trend, saying, hey, we broke this upward trend. We're going now down. Got confidence. Now I'm looking for my trade. This is what I did. I mapped, if you can see here, I mapped an Elliott wave down on a shorter time frame, and I want to get into that right now. What I'm talking about right now is just using the fib retracement. So you go ahead and paint the top right here, there, and you trace it all the way down to the bottom. Use the wicks. You have to use the wicks. Okay, and then it will give you an idea of where you're going. And with those parameters that I put in there, they're very important. You're looking for it to retrace to hit the 5, the 618, and no more than the 7. Okay, those numbers that I put in, that you paused and put in yourself. Okay, it's in order of precedence. So the best one to hit on a retracement to get in, and your first option is at the 382. Your next is the 5. You're absolutely looking for the 618. So these are the retracement. Doesn't mean bet them. It means you're looking to get in to this next leg that's going to break down. And this is also a ABC. What I mean by that is you got to learn some Elliott waves. This is going to be an ABC. It's going to be an A. Did a B. Or I'm sorry, that's the A. Came up, did the B, and now we're looking for a C. And I'm thinking the C can go here, or it could go here. So that's where I'm looking for price action to go. Hopefully it does. I hope. That's what I hope for. But the fib, when I painted it, okay, from the top to the bottom of that leg, it shows me, it paints to me and says, hey, the bounce is going to be either 382, the 5, the 618, no more than this. And look where it went. It damn near hit the last line and bounced and came down. So I got in right here on this first bounce because it bounced. It's kind of hard to see. That 618 needs to be, it's dark, it's like a dark red. I want it to be like neon red so it'll pop through and be able to be seen real easily. So I'll have to change that setting. But either way, the price action came up, and I got in right here because it was on the 618. That's where the fib told me it would go up, bounce, and come down, most likely, mathematically. So I put a position in there, half of what I wanted to bet. And then it did go. Obviously, it broke out, went up here to where the top of this B is. But I had put in another position, said, hey, if you get up here, I want to put in another position. I'm going for the short. I'm betting that it's going to go down. So it caught me, and we went down. And now we're in this trade. We're in a great position right now. And it's following exactly the fib retracement. I've been in it since here. I've been in it since back here. I've been on that leg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or this long green leg. I got in almost at the top. Looking for the turn. Got hooked into the turn, as they say. And now I'm going down with price action. I'm making money. Sorry. Throat's a little dry. So what I've learned was a lot of things today. I was using the fib retracement the wrong way. I wasn't using it the right way. I thought I was, but I wasn't. This is turning out to be the absolute right way to do it. The guy, I'll have to share this video, gives you all the numbers, gives you all the data, and that's what I was really looking for. So I found it. No matter what, this trade won me out. It did exactly what the fib told me it was going to do, and I was in. key to using the fib retracement tool is you also have to use trend lines. That means these, you know, upward trend, downward trend. It doesn't have to get really complicated, but you got to understand how to put in trend lines on both the micro, meaning very close time frame, or even on the macro. Something's going on up there. So there you go. You got a lot of things going to affect you. And always use a 200 and a 50 WMA, EMA, either one. Those are these big lines right here. Just gives you an idea. When they're crossed, shit's going down. When they're up, shit's going up. What I mean by that is there's a green line and a red line. That's the 200. This is the 50. When the 50, which is a shorter timeline, crosses the 200, which is a bigger timeline, that means you're going down. And the same for reverse. If the green comes up, crosses the red and goes up, you're going to be in an uptrend on a big scale. All right, so I'm going to get tied in that. We'll probably do that in another video. But so in order to use this fib retracement, you have to use trend lines and know when you've broken a pattern, meaning, or a trend, I'm sorry, when you've broken a trend. In this case, you have definitive proof that you broke through the uptrend, because here's your downtrend. Okay. And when you know what I mean by that is you had a higher high right here, all-time high. Right preceded it was a higher low, if you call it. That's what they're calling it. Then this price action right here, when it spilled down and went down, okay, this low was lower than the previous one. That low was lower than the previous. That's when you know you've broken a trend, especially an upward trend. So that's your confirmation of, hey, I broke the upward trend. I'm in a downward trend now. I posted a lower low than the last time. So that's when you can bust out the fib retracement like I showed you, plot it out, and it gives you a high probability of where your price action is going to go. Now, what I mean by you need to have understanding of trend lines is you got to have these diagonals, and then you got to have horizontals. You got to understand how to place them. And in a nutshell, anywhere you see a previous high or a previous high or a previous low, I'm circling it on the screen, that's where you want to put one of these horizontal lines, which are located over here. Okay, horizontal line. Just put hit the star. That way, it's you can have a highlight toolbar with all your highlighted functions, and then that's what you want to just plot those out. What those are going to be are previous ceilings and floors of price action, and you're going to note that, hey, when price gets here, it's been known to stop going down or going up. So we want to see if those current price action reflects that by when it hits those lines. Might be time to be cautious. So right now I don't really have anything. So I don't have anything in my price action area. It's all green right now, matter of fact. It says I need to really be worried. Anything can happen. It's crypto. So I'm okay. I'm confident to go ahead and just say, all right, well, I've got my stop. Let me see where my price action is on the trade. See where I am. Did I get wicked out? Oh, look at that. So this is where a stop loss comes into effect. My stop loss saved me, maybe? Interesting. See that wick? That took me out of my position. It came up, shot up. I put a stop loss real tight. Moved it down. And that wick got me. Man, that's a nasty wick. Either way, made money. Let me go find out what it did make. Oh, let's see. Pull it up on my old phone. It's because I don't want to pull up anymore. Data than needed. Let's see. What was my return on that? Under all orders. Nice. Hell yeah. percentage wise, 25%. Okay, that'll work. And look, price action is now moving back up. See, now here's the thing. Even though this is happening right now, okay, price action is moving around. Let's go back to my fib. Let's go back to that chart. Here's my chart. Make sure I'm showing the right chart. Yep, I am. I'm monitoring this price action on what I call a 12 or a 24-12-6 format. I talked about it yesterday. What I'm doing is I have it of my trading view set up where I have three windows. One in the upper right, and one down at the bottom right. So one main on the left, one upper right, one lower right. Price actions right here on the left. This one right here in the upper right is going to have your cipher B. It's going to be the Fu Manchu under indicators right here, and it's going to be Fu Manchu. It's highlighted right here, plus divergences. That's all you need. Then right here on the bottom right, make sure you are selecting each one of these panes as, for this case, ETH USD. That's what I'm trading. So just make sure each window is reflecting that. You just go in there and type it in here. Just make sure they all show that. Okay, they're all good. This one too. All right. So what I mean by the 24, 12, and 6 means price action is on 24-minute. This is on the 12-minute. My Mac. Oh, sorry. And then the MACD down here on the bottom right. You can pick that one. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. Pick your MACD. This is the MACD to pick. This is the basic MACD. Just type in MACD, and it's the default one. Is that the right one that I pick? Or no. It's stand corrected. Sorry. It's the next one down. It's by Stitches. It's MACD, multi-time frame revised, buy and sell. Stitches. Then you're going to go into here, and this is a key thing I need you guys to note. If you're going to run this setup, 24, 12, 6, which is for longer time frames, you're going to want to go 20, 52, and 7 under your inputs. 20, 52, and 7. I'll pause for a moment. Let you guys pause the video. Okay, stick with me. I'm going to reference this video a number of times to people who ask me, what do I need to set up? I'm telling you how to do everything now. I thought we were going to just do fib retracements. Well, I zigged and zagged a little. We're doing the whole thing. Step by step, giving you from the basics up. So 3-pane window. To select that, sorry, you have to go over here. 1, 2, 3. Numbers indicate how many panes. Pick 3. Pick this one. Done. Populate this. Do it for every coin that you're going to buy. ETH, Bitcoin, I don't care. You can do this for anything. All right, 24. So then your MACD. Give you those settings. 20, 52, and 7. And then your colors. Go under style. Here are the colors. Once again, I'll pause. Just go in here. Select this. You have to create this one. This color. You'll figure that out. Thickness 4. It's right there. I know there's a lot of detail. You might get lost. Just go back and play it again. Okay. And you can change it what do you want. Green means good, going up. Red means just going down. Okay. So you put price action at 12 or 24. You put this at 12 and you put this at 6. If you've in a trade and you don't want to be on it long or whatever, you're going to be short or whatever, you're going to be short time in it, not long time in it. You put it on the 1 minute. It's fine, doesn't matter. It's up to you at that point. It gives you, they call it 3 minutes money, like the money minute or some shit like that. Either way, it's up to you at that point. You don't really use them quite yet. You use them a little bit later. Not when you're getting in the trade necessarily. When you're in the trade, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so that's how you set those up. That's it. You don't do anything in the cipher. You don't change anything on the upper right. It's just default. Nothing to really change here as far as price action on the main left pane. It's all default. You do want to use Heiken and She candles. So you want to use these candles right here. So you go over to the top toolbar. You'll find these next to your times. You'll find probably just your standard candles. So you're going to want to hit the little drop down button and then go ahead and hit Heiken and She. Click a star and now populate up there and be up there permanently. And that way you know you have them. So let's make sure we have Heiken and She. I have this not on Heiken and She? I think I didn't. Okay. Price action needs to be on Heiken and She. All right. And that will make sure the candles post green when going up, basically, and red when they're going down overall. Get taller wicks. If you go with just candles, it's going to be green, red, green, red. It's going to be just like a Christmas tree. For me, it's too hard to read. You get lost in it. All right, so that's the basic setup. You do that for every coin you're going to work with, I don't care, stock, doesn't matter. Mainly this is just built off of crypto. So using it for ETH right now, running my 24-minute, 12-minute MACD, 3 to 6 minute on my cipher. Currently, I've got a green dot in play on my cipher. That's what's telling me right now. That's how you read that. We'll get to that in another video. My MACD says, hey, we're going down overall, but starting to turn, which will validate this green dot. Price action says, doing all that fib retracement that I did earlier, hey buddy, overall though, we're still going in the right direction. We're still going down. So you dumbass, you probably put your stop loss too tight. And you didn't give it room, which is probably the lesson that I'm going to learn, because I'm not going to rush back into this trade. I'm out. It's done. Now, if I maybe see an opportunity that we're going to break down, I might, but I'm not suggesting people do that. I'm suggesting that once you get cut out, it's done. I landed my tuna, 25%er, not bad. I'll take that on my position. So that's like $60, $70, something to that effect. If we're sitting around doing this, I mean, legit, can't beat that. We talked about how to, this is where when you are out of a trade and you're looking to get into one, this is what I'm doing now. I'm looking for price action to change. I don't want to FOMO in on a downward trend unless it gets some sort of runoff. Maybe, but just looking for trend lines to break. You're using the Elliott wave, so you got to do homework on that. Learn Elliott wave theory. That's where I get these ABC lines and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s and all that stuff. That's all the information that you really need to utilize to get in and out of your trade is the Elliott wave, trend analysis, and your fib. That's it. I mean, and then of course your WMA, that moving average, the 50 and the 200. I also run a 21 in there, so that's kind of a number right here tossed around quite a bit. 21 VMA, WMA, EMA. They all measure something different. I use the, I believe the WMA on mine. Yeah, 50 and 200. That's it. Don't worry about this thing right here. So yeah. Then you just, once you learn what an Elliott wave does, meaning how to count an Elliott wave and how to count a correction wave, they're also called impulse correction waves. You can utilize that in conjunction to your trend lines, which are the basic form of, like, trend analysis is like the biggest part of everything. Got an OTA, so just know how to plot trends, read patterns that the candles form, know what they most likely will do, okay, in conjunction with your Elliott wave that you have to learn as well. Then you can start using the fib retracement. And then when you start using the fib retracement, that just adds another layer of knowledge and a better idea of where price action most likely is going to head. It's not guaranteed, but mathematically prior data is stating that's what it's going to do. That's what a fib retracement does. So that's pretty much all you need to use. All this other stuff here, like the indicators that I'm using, the MACD, and the cipher, again, those are another added layers of confirmations to hunt for a tuna to get into a trade, or to get an idea where you're at while you're in a trade. But they're not the overall what I use to get in and out of a trade. You got to use TA and a little bit of the MACD. A little bit of the MACD. Well, good part. Let's say 75, 80% of it's over your price action with your trends when it breaks the trend. And then the other percentage is right here. Majority of it will be on this, placed on this, reading the MACD until seeing what it's saying. And then the last percentages would be utilized on the cipher. I'm basically weighting out how much these are for getting in a trade. Level of importance. So it'd be far left for sure. Bottom right would be next in line, and then the bottom, the last one would be the upper right. It's different. It's different when we're in it, when we're actually in the trade. So now I'm looking for anything to say, hey, Shelby, there's an option for you to get in. Right now, my 24 minutes says there's nothing. We're going down if you want to jump back on the train. My MACD right over here says we came down like we thought and turned a little bit. We're not crossed yet, so play to the downside still in. And then on my 6 minute, I see where the heads, where this MACD came from. It was just the one dot. It's playing out right now. That's a green dot. You got to read the green dots. It's going to have to be a separate video for that. We'll see. This could be where I could have gotten, I could get in right now. I could go over here. Let me see. We know we're on a macro level. Let's see where we're going on a. Let's see if I can get in, zoom in a little bit. Get into the price action. So notice how I'm zooming in. Still think we're going down there, but let me zoom in and see what we're doing. So now I'm going to go into twice as deep. Zooming in. Zoom in more. Now I'm really zoomed in. All right, let's see where we're going. It's going to draw another one, a really small scale. So I drew it from the top to the bottom. It's saying price actions is almost to the 382. Remember, downtrend. Take the top of the down, the high, and then down here. Look for the turn. So that get confirmation of the leg, downward trend. Now this should map out. Either it's going to turn right now, go down, getting a reversal flag, or it's going to come up to the 5 here or here. So, and then continue to the downside. So let's see what happens. That's what we're saying. The chart's saying, at least. Okay. So if I want to get back in my trade that I was successful, I still think, see how it's now, you can zoom out a little bit, look at your overall, remember your macro version where we were? So that's what you got to be careful about. Even though it's going up, I still think this is our target. Let me make sure that's my target. Yep, 0.27. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So, I painted it down. Looking for it to go here. It could go to 325.80 in turn. I think that's not right. I think that's going to be right there. There you go. 322.65. All these numbers are its potential targets of where it can go, bounce, and start coming down. Folks, this is making a lot more sense to me. So you put a position in here, you put a position in here, you put a position in here, and here. Should be 4 of them. If you think you're going to wager, just throwing numbers out, $1,000. You put a position for 250 here, 250 here. Little more there, and the rest right there at the top. In hopes that it traces up and then comes down. I don't want to get into all that nonsense because that's a lot. It's just something that just eureka moment. Like, oh, okay. Nah, it's still coming together. All right. But the bottom line is fib retracement. We're looking for a price action to hit one of these numbers, bounce, and then come down. And so it's hitting the first one at 382. Bounce up, and then its target, once it does its trace and goes and hits one of these numbers and bounces down, it's either going to hit here on the 0.27, which is what I found out is majority of the time, or the 618, which is what you want to have happen. It's like the goal, like you want, or down here, which is the absolute target. Okay, so what I'm saying is, these are our percentages, 27%, 61.8%, and whatever the 70-something or whatever it is I told you to put in. So now we know, in a more immediate time frame, this is where we might be going. And that coincides, what does that coincide with right there? 267, 618. No, I think that's it, right? I think that's all I have to use. Like I said, this one is okay. All right, so it goes as far as 3155.40, which brings me back down to this line. That's crazy. If it does that, then I know exactly what's going to happen next. Huh. Sorry, another eureka moment. Like I said, this is channels for newbies. I'm learning just like everybody else. So, but I'm just doing this a lot more than others. You know, I got time on my hands. So that's where I see that's where I see the price actions telling me we're heading. I'm going to leave this up just so we can get some validation. Definitely for myself. Get some validation to all this and see if this actually pans out. If this pans out, bam, just another couple percentages of knowledge gained, right? Today's started off real rough, to be honest. I had some trades today. It just wrecked me, and that just made me so angry. I was, hanging my head, and I'm like, it's not how we roll. And like my wife says, give you an hour, have your pity party, and then let's go. So that's pretty much what I did. Give myself a little time to piss and moan about it, and then what am I going to do to fix it, right? What am I going to do to accomplish this goal and get over this hill and fight back? Like, I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. I just played dumb. I did it again. So let's go fix it. So what I did was go back, eat some humble pie, and say, I'm not doing something right. What is it that I'm doing wrong? And I came to the conclusion, it's got to be this fib. I'm putting a lot of weight on the fib. And what things am I, something's suffering, something's lacking, something I'm doing is totally incorrect, and I'm failing at it. I need to figure it out. And to figure it out was putting what I just stated to you, the order of precedence of getting in a trade, getting out of the trade, and sticking to it. That's it. So I figured out the weight of where everything needs to be, like I discussed earlier with price action and trend lines, and then all this other information that I provided for you. And then sticking to it. All right? Have an entrance, have what you're going to get in at, and then figure out where you're going to get out. Well, I wanted to get out down here, but I kept my stop loss so tight because why? suffering from fudditis, worrying, you know, because it's a new, at least for me, a new way of doing everything. And anyways, just a little bit of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's what FUD is. But now I'm really confident. I'm like, okay, this is so much better than before, and like freaking out, running around, chasing. It just, I get it. Sometimes we want action quick. You can do it quick if you want to, but I'm finding I'm making way more gains doing it this way. And it's still short. I mean, shit. I'm making, 25% in an hour and a half. That's totally fine with me. So we're just looking for price action to move up here. These are 3-minute candles. So looking for, looks like it bounced. Look, no shit. Look at that. It's be a little hard to see because I've got my 2 fibs going right now, right? There you go. I can highlight it. See where the green line is right here? Okay, this is the 382. That's that line. And look where price action went. It's kind of hard to tell, but it literally wicked it twice. And what did it do? Turned. So I know this is potentially a good option to get back in. So I will put in some skin in the game. Go back over to my thing. Just to test the theory out, I'll throw just small contracts. No, not that many. And I'll mark it in just so I can get in. And I'm going to go short. See how it goes. We'll come back in a minute. Let's go back to the other chart. Oh, and make sure I read my stop loss. Get that in there. Always put that in there. Always and forever. I'll give it some breathing room. I'll go find out what the breathing room it is I need to give it just to be sure. It's only 500 contracts. It's like chump change, but it's a test. I find that if you put some skin in the game, pay attention. you learn quicker. You're at the front of the class raising your hand every chance you can. So I'll go back over to my charts and give myself some data that I need to have to find out where I want my stop loss. I can go purely off percentage. Absolutely do that. I'm going to go off of this fib. So we bounced. I don't want to go any farther than 322.65. I don't want price action to change, go the other way of where it's going. I want this. But if it starts to break out and go up here, if it hits this line, cut me out of that short because I think we're going up. So that's one at 322.65. 33.260. What is it? Make sure I get that number right. 33.22.65. So go to your stop loss. You can go here and drag it with your. I'm not going to get into all this because most of you guys probably don't even have this. Am I doing the right one? 322.65. I got to be careful and I get too tight. That's fine. I'll go with 324. That's fine. That's the top of the previous candle. All right. So I don't even sit here. I don't monitor it. I monitor it over here, trading view. Now, what I'm doing right now is leverage trading. So it's now instantaneous. Okay. Some of you are wanting to swing trade. Nothing wrong with that. Same principles I talked about today with trend analysis, Elliott wave, fib retracement tool, and running your WMA 50 and 200. Absolutely can use for your daily swing trader who wants to buy and hold for weeks, if not months on end. Do the same thing I talked about here. Nothing changes. Nothing. Just go ahead and do it that way and you're good to go. What would change is if you were going to use the MACD in the cipher. You would, if you're going to do it on a daily, just do a 4-day, 1 day, and then 12-hour. Basically just pick one and try to divide them up equally as best you can. Common denominator, if you will. So 24, 12, 6, catch the rhythm there. You can get down real low, get you down to a real micro level if you want to trade the minute. We did that the other day. But see my position's at now. Sweet. You know, I wish it was a lot more, but so far so good. We're going to give it some breathing room. I'm up 7% already on this trade. Nothing in it. There's really no skin in the game, but it's good for educational. If you get more confirmation, go back over here to Trading View. Okay, this is where I really watch everything. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to stop drawing, but I'm having a hard time. So, and I'm sure there's not a lot of people here, but I'm going to mainly use this as a reference tool for others to go back and utilize at any point. Even my kids, for real, like my children, if you're watching this, Daddy loves you very much, and I told you to leave a paper trail. Digital, and here it is. Do this, you'll make money. Love you. And moving forward. So, I'm in the 3 minutes just because we were tracking that. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. 322.65 is where my stop loss should be. Make sure I have that in there. Now, I'm going to leave it. It's a little too tight. A little too tight. I'll give it a little extra dollar. $2. All right. Price action looks like it's going down in my favor now that I'm in it. I've got my tuna on the line if I'm in my trade. Look at my MACD. It's a little iffy. I'm getting a 1 dot on my cipher, though. It's a little breath of fresh air. Okay, so zoom out on my 24 and see where we're going. If we're holding our trend line currently. On our overall, remember, this is where we started. This is where I started. See how crazy it is when you zoom in? Totally different price action gets in there. It's like you're zooming way in, and there's so much going on at so many different levels. You got to figure out which level you want to trade on, which time frame you want to trade on. If you are looking to trade for days on end, you do not need to be running any of these minute charts. You need to be running weekly, 4-day, 1 day, or a 4-day, 2-day, 1 day, or just scale it in however you want. But you're going to be on a bigger macro level. You need to be making trend lines accordingly and not be worrying about what the hell happens down here, on the 30-minute chart, 24-minute chart. You absolutely don't need that. So you can use what I'm showing you today, but you can use it totally on a more macro level. This, what I'm doing right now, is totally for day trading, if you want to call it, or whatever, or you just got to rush and you want to make some money because you're sitting around, you got nothing else to do. Yeah, then you can do this to make a daily money, but you got to know what you're doing. You can literally make money every single day doing this. I do. I didn't think I was going to be, but whatever. It's cool. And there's days I lose for sure, but everything's getting better and better. Hold on, I gotta take this real quick. Hello? Not the call I was looking for. All right, Alexa, stop music. I hope that didn't get copyright slammy, but it could have. See what's chats. Big Lou, send me the video. Video please you. You're a little muffled. All right, so the video to watch. All right, what we were talking about earlier. Cool. I will do that. Okay, what is price action saying right now? Still good. Remember, I was trading on this more macro level. Okay. More macro level. Now, Herb and a couple other people that I know, we trade together. We go in on the minutes. We've been down on the minute chart, trading, making money, scaling in, scaling out, trying to figure it all out, We don't know for sure. What I do know right now, at least, what's working is this formula right here. We tested the 24-12-6 formula already weeks ago. Then we made a new formula, the 12-6-1, I think it is. But I like this one. This one right here is good. It's more of a set. Forget it. I'm sitting here nursing it right now and talking to you all about it. Just because, I believe what the chart's telling me, that we're going in this direction, and I want to be in a position still. So I'm trying to get back in on something I should have stayed in to begin with by giving it plenty of room. What I mean by plenty of room is giving price action enough room to go up and down, because that's all it ever does. It never does this. straight down, straight down, straight down, straight down forever, or up, 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 up forever. It never, ever, ever, ever does that. It always does up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Either way, okay? It always does that. So you got to make sure you give it breathing room if you're going to do this kind of crap like I'm doing right here with just leverage trading. Give it some room so it can go up, do what it needs to do to work its way down. If you believe your trend analysis, you believe your Elliott wave, you believe the fib, if you believe in all that, you believe in the other stuff that you're utilizing, then stay in your trade. Getting a little iffy, so that's where my stop loss is, where it's at. You know, got a green dot, got an anchor wave with a green dot trigger wave. Doesn't look good for me. It's all right. Green dot on the MACD doesn't look good for me. I don't have my soundboard. We'll let it play out. I'm not going to go in there and scratch the itch. Just going to let it sit. And it wigged me out. So this is why you have a nice, good tight stop loss. I took a loss, but it was such a minimal amount of contracts, no big deal. And I'll wait. No confirmation yet. So if you run a tight stop loss, it just helps you from getting wrecked. Because if this moonshot it on you, I mean it goes up real fast, you don't have a stop loss, then you're screwed. All in all, there you go. Saw one good trade, one bad trade. One I made money and one I lost very, 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 very little. Because I had a very tight stop loss. Yeah, that one today, that was nice. It was definitely a recovery from the losses today. Whew. Go check out my overall portfolio. Still hurts. It's not detrimental by any means. It's a sting. Like, we can get it back by tomorrow for sure. Maybe tonight, the remainder. It's a little bit of a sting. But, key is get back up, do it again. Get back up, do it again. Get back up, do it again. Crash, repair, fly. Crash, repair, fly. Get up, get knocked down. Do it again, over and over and over, until you get it right. Until you become consistent. The key is consistency. The key is getting up, doing it again. And absolutely be safe doing this, okay? You know, practice the right way. If you don't want to use skin in the game, put money on the line, then paper trade it. But at some point, you're going to have to put money on. Because I'm a firm believer that if you have something that's actually worth something to you, and you're learning, and your fear of losing that at times, especially in the beginning, you're more apt to pay attention and to do it right, okay? And what the key is, what I'm doing for myself as well, got to have 75% success rate. Like, you have to have, if you're going to do anything like I'm doing as far as leverage trading, not swing trading. Those of you watching this don't want to do the day, the week, the month, and not referring to that. I'm talking about swing trading or leverage trading. It's different. You have to be absolutely knowing what you're doing, the risk, always running a stop loss. I know there was something else, but I can't remember. Still looking at this trade, whether I want to get in again. One more time. Let's zoom in. So remember, when we zoom in, we're going for 24 minute to 3 minute. It's like zooming in. It's so crazy how much price action changes when you zoom in. Like, you're going one way. When you zoom in, it's like, no, we're not. We're going all kinds of up. No, you're not. Maybe for a brief moment in time. I think that's the hardest thing I've had to try to get through people's heads. Again, this is for leverage trading. If that's not what you want to do, then you don't need to watch anymore. You know what I mean? The principles apply on a macro scale as well. meaning principles of trends, reading trends, and shapes, and stuff like that. That does. But some of the nuances that I'm talking about right now, it's more for leverage trading. Well, let's see. So we look like we're getting a double bottom, maybe. Is that head and shoulders right there? Be a weird one. So looking for shapes. Trend analysis. Gotta look for trends. Trends make shapes, lines and shapes. So I said with 322.65 is where it was going to come to, or 342.50. Biggest up to 333.90. We're looking to break the downtrend, this leg, and then we're reverting to an uptrend. The way to revert that, to know that, is you gotta learn how to read trends, read price action. You gotta have some homework. You gotta learn. Don't just rely on me to teach you, because you will fail. I am successful, but I'm not nearly where I want to be yet. I'm getting there each day. Each day I fail and I stand back up. And I'm like, I'm fucking gonna do this. I get up, next thing you know, I swing and I crack that shit out of the park 1 or 2 times. And then next few, whiff, whiff, whiff. But when I'm cracking them now, I'm making contact, and they're going. They're getting some legs, and they're going far, and I like that. I also call it landing tunas. I'm landing bigger tunas, bigger tunas. So patience is key too. Don't rush to get in. God, please, if you hear your buddy and everybody else and your friends telling you to hop on Doge, we can go look at Doge if you'd like. Let's take a gander at Doge. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest. I got a bot on Doge. I said, instead of screwing with its price action, I know one thing it's going to do. That's what bots are good for. Going up, coming down. Going up, coming down. I'm like, what better place for a bot? Go play with Doge. Throw some money at it. We can look at it. Let's see where it's at. Let's go to BitsGap. So BitsGap is, no, I don't want to do that. It's got too much information. Let me load Doge. Here's Doge. It was going up. It was consolidating at 1.2. Yep, there it is. Oh, yep, there are my trend lines. So here, I'll do a quick overview of how to do a quick TA, okay? So I'm going to just delete everything. Give you a quick one. So share it with your friends. This is going to be a little more educational than I thought. Music's good too, so that's why I don't want to stop. All right, so you're looking for price action. So what you always want to do is go on the daily, find out where you've been overall. This applies to swing traders as well. There's my daily outlook. All right, got to learn what Elliott waves are to do the next step. I'm looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. That's always uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 always go up. And I'm looking on daily. See a 1. Let's see, where am I at? Where's my fibs? There it is. Elliott impulse wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See a 1. See 2. See a hunting for a 3. Somewhere 4 and somewhere up here 5. That's what I see. That's what the market is telling me. It's not me saying Shelby knows and it's the blah blah blah. No, it's not. I'm just telling you what Elliott wave tells me to do based on price action. So on the daily, that's where we are currently. So let me zoom in. I don't really have a lot of data here. Doge is, Doge. Zoom into the 4 hour. Okay, you need to zoom in to get more price action and see more of structures. Okay, so now I can start seeing even more. Okay, zoomed in more, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Nah, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. So maybe oh shit, I did it wrong. So maybe down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm reading it wrong somewhere. 1, 2, 3. We're for sure doing this, though. That's without a doubt. Without a doubt. So if you're in Doge, overall, I'll give you a macro view for sure. Here's Doge currently. If this is its top, did it already post some new candles down low? Yep. All right. So Doge is setting up this pattern right now. Go to my previous highs and lows. Let's get those marked out real quick. There's the top of that one. So rule Elliott wave is like 3 to 4. Should not go past 1. Previous that. So should be looking around price action here. Then somewhere there. Now I can use my fib. Don't worry about all these down here. I'll erase these right here. Okay. Gotta learn Elliott waves. But we are literally, no shit, 1, 2, 3. As I'm giving you, that's the facts. That's the facts, Jack, where we are currently at. And we're tracing down to to finish off leg 4, which then gives you, if you love Doge and you hope it goes to the moon, strong indication that we're going to bounce up, and I'm going to figure out where we're going based on everything else that we've learned. So I'm going to use previous data, previous price action. I'm going to mark my downtrend. See how much this stuff maps out. So going from that top to this bottom, if I were back in time looking at price action, to see if this validates my fib. So there's the top, there's the bottom of the leg. That's what I measured. Saying, hey, we're going down. All right, well, we went all the way to the 786 zone and then came right back down. And lo and behold, what the hell did we hit? No shit, it really did. Make sure I got this lined right. Remember what I said a minute ago? 0.27 is usually where they hit. Look at that. Just past the 0.27, and then up we go. Up we go. No shit. Wow. All right, so what I'm saying is, if say for instance you were betting that Doge you were gonna make money with it going down, okay? This would have been great for you, because what it said was, you measured this line and it said, okay, we know where this leg is, we know this length, we didn't know all the rest of it, but we knew it was probably going to go to the 382 or the 5, the 618, and definitely it would stop somewhere around the 786. That's why they're colored. Sure enough, it went to the maximum. Say you wanted to short, you're like, oh, okay, I know it's going to go down now because that's what my fib told me, and down it went. And then what I said earlier is optimum targets to hit are 0.27s. What does it hit? It almost damn near to the wick. It's a 0.27. So you would have been successful shorting anticipation, betting that it's going to lose value, Doge. You can do that in leverage trading. You can't do that with swing trading. You're always betting that it's going to go up in value. Leverage, you can bet both ways, and therefore you make more money. That's for another day. But what I'm trying to drive home is the point of how this fib actually is working. This fib tracement tool is really working. 2.7 bounces up. Okay, now we know we're going the other way. So say back in time, we're looking at this chart, watching charting Doge, and we're like, okay. Now it's going up. You say, oh, this leg broke the downtrend. You're hypothesizing. You go from the bottom to the top of the leg, figure out where you're going. And no joke, it came down here. It's the 4-hour chart. It came down and hit the 5. Because now we're going up. It's different. We're going up. So we're down to 5. That's our retracement. It came up and hit past the 287 and broke down. And you would have probably gotten out of your trade. Might not have. Man, that's really holding true. Interesting. Alright, so now let's see if we can track down Doge and see where it's going, if anything. 55 freaking cents. You gotta be shitting me. That's freaking crazy. So I'll go here to here again. We'll call. Let's go from here to here. Let's see what we're doing now. Even then, we're broken out. We're broken out way far. We're past the 618. Well, I'd be betting that it's going to short. I wouldn't think it's going up anymore. I just don't see that. I don't see that anywhere. I see it coming down. You're overextended by far. Like, you're super overextended. One, let me see if there's an Elliott wave inside the Elliott wave again. 1, 2, 3, high or low here. Or would it be? See, what's wrong is it's breaking down right here. And this is a 5. Either way, it's still pointing that that's it. For now. Alright. So. That's crazy how far it is. You're in uncharted territory. Yeah. So that's a 4 hour. Let's see if I can zoom in and get any more data. Let's get rid of that for right now. Alright, let's zoom in closer. See how much I'm zooming in. Let's go to 1 hour. Alright, each candle represents 1 hour. So you can see my macro trend line that I put in there. Right, you can see, so I said we're over here at the 3. Let's see if that holds true. Did we peak out? Alright, so now I'm going to do a little more trend analysis on the 1 hour. Find some trend lines. So when you're following an uptrend, you connect the bottoms of your candles. Following your uptrend, you connect the bottoms of your candles. As many as you can. As far back and as far forward as you can go. You want to stretch it out as far as you can and connect as many of the bottoms on an upward trend as possible. That will create your trend. That will tell you what the trend is. That's all I'm doing. Moving it around, get it all positioned. Okay. So, uptrend. Uptrend's been broken. Right, looking for validation on this. Let me go in and zoom in a little bit more. See what price I... Oh, let me go back out here. I see some more structure. Hold on. And we were also looking for shapes. Not only trend lines, you're also looking for shapes, patterns. Here's a pattern. You got a top, and you connect the diagonal there. You connect the bottoms here. Remember, connect the bottoms. And then on a downward trend, you connect the tops. Downward trends, you connect the tops. Upward trend, connect the bottoms. Downward trend, connecting the tops. Upward trend, connecting the bottoms. What that has formed now is a pennant. It's letting me know that, hey, we might be breaking out to the upside a little more. Maybe. How do I know that? Just because reading and study on patterns, pennants, bull flags, wedges. That's literally what you type into Google. And it will teach you what to look for. Alright, so look for Doge to potentially break to the upside. 68% chance, I think it is, or something like that. It's a pennant formed on an upward leg. So that's what that is. 30 minute, zoom in even more, see if we got more validation. Oh yeah, it's validating my trend line. Let's work on that trend line. If I connect those and refine it, get more data that says, hey, not only have we working sideways, I've also wicked down past your trend line once. And I'm also banging down on this trend line a lot. when you bang on the floor or you bang on the ceiling enough, you break through it. So maybe a little dip here. See if we get more validation. I'm gonna zoom in. Remember, I'm still looking for this thing to break. Macro level, big time frame. Okay, zoom to the 15-minute. Now it's saying, hey, not only have we hit through it once, we banged it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Wicking through it right now. Okay, I'm gonna go to my MACD. Oop. In my ciphers. Oh, that one looks all old. That looks like the old version. So I'll put my zoom in here. I want to go to 6, 12. What is this one on? 20. I'll leave it on 24. Okay. Now I've figured out where price action was. I figured out, my trends, my patterns. Put on my WMA. Oh, I hope I have one. Oh, guess I don't, so I'll put one on it. Okay. It's this one right here. Moving average weighted. Hit it twice. Okay. Go over here and hit settings. I changed mine to green for my 50. And make the candle nice and big and fat. Fatter means more importance or longer time frames. Okay, there's my 50. And then I'm going to put my 200. Go ahead and put the 200 in. Change this to red, meaning like, hey, pay attention. This is majorly important. You cross this, you're in trouble. Don't click 200. Don't go past go. Okay. So now I threw that on top of everything. So I had my Elliott wave on a macro level. I've gone in here and looked at my trend lines on a micro, more zoomed in level. I've turned on my WMA 50 and 200. You get an idea where we're going or where we're at right now. Green's above red. Whenever green's above red, you're in an uptrend. And I don't see any signs of it getting crashed down yet. The reason why I say yet is because this pattern you could break down. This is a breakdown, it's consolidation, it's a breakdown pattern. All right, so I know where I am on the 24-minute with all my data that I need to have in there. Make sure my Doge is right here. All right, now I'm gonna go look over on my, making sure my time frame's right. 24, 12. Make sure I have the right ones in here, which I probably don't because this is old. Nope. What did I have it on this one? ETH. That was today's adjustments. Oh, am I losing ETH while we're talking about that? So look, I know I'm kind of bouncing around, but I'll show you. What happened? What happened, kids? What happened? Look. My trade would still be good right now. This trade would still be good right now. Back on the original time frame in which I started my original trade, right? This is a lesson. I'm sorry we are bouncing around. My overall trade that I was on at the beginning of this stream was I was playing the 24 with the 24, 12, 6, and using my fib tools. Okay, this played out exactly so far as the fib has told me it's going to the point of the wick down zoomed in is coming to the 27. Yeah, that's a lot of good. So let me go back in now where we were and see where that price actually. I'm going to zoom in now real quick, real microscopic. 3 minute and see where we went, see what we hit and what we bounce off of that we were trending. So this was our line. This is our 0. This is the 100 up here. There was our line. Price action we measured and said, believed we're still going down. And it came and hit 382. Didn't quite hit the 5. Respected this line that I had built in here, this horizontal trend line. Bam, broke down. Just like we thought it would. And we said price targets, well, we didn't put them up, but 3,214. That's where we're looking to go. Why am I not in this trade? Because I learned my lesson, and I make myself learn. These are the price targets on this current run of this leg right now on 3 minutes. How does that pertain to our macro view? On the macro view, it says we're just still going in the right direction. No reason to be alarmed or worried. Sit down, shut up, let me get down there. I take a little time. You super hypersensitive fool. So, yes, price action is correct. I was wrong. It's just working out what I'm getting at. So, you don't want to get lost. You can get lost in there. You can also play that time frame. You can play that super duper 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute if you want. Herb likes doing that. I've done it many times. But this right here is going to make you money. We'll go back out here and see if we get confirmation. What did MACD do? MACD crossed a little bit. MACD crossed a little bit. This is letting me know right now. Maybe I'll readjust my MACD settings. Something a little smoother. So MACD got me out. Maybe I adjusted a little bit. Let me try that. Gets you in. Sorry, I'm making some adjustments right here. I'm fine-tuning this. Can go. I'm trying to prevent this to happen again. This cross out, this little fake out. Make sure it doesn't. When tracking. All right, I think I can get a little more. Yep, okay. Let's keep on getting into. Make sure. Let me get validation back here. So we can turn that a little bit. Back testing. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see. All right, that's it. I think it's the same where it used to be honest. All right, those numbers. Okay, look at that, man. It's coming right at my 2.7 right now. It's literally hitting my number right there, 3214. Look at that. Crazy. So, Elliott waves can do, we're going to zoom out. This is an excellent learning lesson. Whenever you have an impulse or an upward trend, it always has a correction phase. They come in 3s and 5s. They're lettered accordingly. So, in this case, I have A, B, and I'm forming a C. That's what this downward leg is doing. It's forming my Elliott wave. Can't believe it's hitting the 2.7 on this micro level that we did. Keep going farther. But overall, it still doesn't need to come down here yet, right? It doesn't need to on this current run. You can go up. In other words, you can do this. You can do one of these. Go down, bounce off this 2.7, go up, build up again, then come down, then build up again, and then down, and then you're taking your profits out. So that's what you're looking for. All right, so I might have an opportunity to get back in. We'll see. But this is currently where it's going. So back to Doge. Sorry, I had to go look at that. Here comes Doge, just like we talked about. Potential to break down to the downside. Here it comes. 3 times it's wicked. Wick, 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 wick. And here, post a candle outside of it. Let's see if I was to trend it like it was in the past. If I connect this candle previously to this candle, that would have been my true trend line. And then I've been like, next candle it broke, and then I'm like, oh crap. And then maybe I would have gone a little deeper. That would have pushed it down because it didn't break down. It didn't break structure completely. So that would honor that. Or I could say, oh no, I want to use this candle and this candle, make 3 of them. There we go. I don't know. Looks like we might be breaking down. And overall, it needs to break down because it needs to form on a macro scale. Leg 4. If you think this thing's, if you've got high hopes for it to go up to the moon, it has to come back down and retest this level. This is what it's got to do. Okay, where did I get this level? It's the previous high. Yeah, that's why. Back there. All right. So let's go back to the bigger view. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's clean it up a little bit. turn off my moving averages. Let's get an idea where we're going. So if I believe this is the leg for Doge on the 1 hour chart, like say this is leg 2 to 3, I could for sure take my fib and say we're going up. Where are we going? Then connect the top to or the bottom to the top, and that will tell you. All right, this is where it needs to come, and no shit. Look where the 382 is. 382 is just a little bit south of this number right here, so it's got to come down to here. About 43 cents. Who knows with Doge? Come down and retest this, or even right here, the previous high, and bounce back up. And then you're looking for 73 cents, 89 cents. 89 cents is the goal, 73 is most likely. Let me see if I can get any more confirmation by zooming in. See if there's any more structure I can use. Alright, call this leg right here. Let's get more micro version. Okay, on this level it says, hey, we get to 382, and it looks like we're going to bounce and go up. Where are we going? We're going to the 67 mark, maybe. If it breaks out. It's been banging on the 382. Huh. Interesting. There's my 382. It's just banging right along it. And then you're looking at targets in the immediate here over the next couple hours. Zoom in some more. Yep. What more I can do on there. So 2.7 calls it right here on the macro scale, which is normally where they go, and then the more micro version of the fib is calling it for a little higher at 7.526. So split the difference, call it here. And if that's the case, okay. What would this put us to? How much time is this? Because I know Elon is Saturday Night Live Doge all that silly shit going on. Well, that's what the charts say, man. That's what the chart is telling us is going to happen. We'll leave this up, see where it goes. I've got a bot running right now, so it's capturing all this profit that's going up and down right now. And then once you can go either way, still make me money, so go for it. I just won't make as much gains. If it breaks out, I'll switch my bot from being a bot and turn it into just straight up swing trade. But those are what I'm seeing, and I'm gonna go look at the cipher and can give you a little future data if you need it. All right, that's kind of where we're hunting for right here. That's what we're looking for. Break that macro run, that's what I would have to do. Come down, do that. Looking at 74. And then you're going to have an ABC. Then after that, you're going to have a correction wave. And then you'll have a... Yeah, it could be anywhere. You have something to that effect. We'll see. That's where it's going. According to the charts. ETH, where are you going, man? Where's it going? What you doing back over here, knucklehead? It's moved price action back up a little bit. Nothing to be alarmed about if you were still in the trade. All right, Doge. The other thing to look at real quick is the cipher. You can go over here and go to the daily, and then get an idea where you're at. You just got to know how to read the cipher. When the blue wave's over here, you're oversold or overbought. It's way too much. It's just buy. It's a lot of energy. I'm not going to get into how to read it, but either way, Doge is building momentum to the upside. Maybe it cracks out, goes up a little bit. Oh, this is 1 hour. No, this is daily. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. Red dot posted. You got a lot of cash. 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, same. So we're going up. We might be going up. I've got tons of signs saying we're going up. I may have a little bit more. Alright, one more look at ETH. Let's see what ETH is doing. Stupid line. Yeah, looks good. Let's see what happens. This is where what the grandiose target is right there. That's what we're wanting to get to. When it gets there, it's time to buy. It's time to buy your ETH. If you're gonna buy some ETH, that'll be the time to buy your ETH. Because I don't think you're gonna see much lower than 3. I think ETH's getting to the point where it's just gonna be it's going to find its new floor on a macro level. Let's see. Let me see where we're at before I get boastful about that. We did break an overall upward trend. Oof. $3,800, $39, $4,300. That's what the Fib's saying. Wow. Where are we at currently, though? Look at all this stuff, man. I've been trending ETH for so long now. Learning along the way. Get close here. It's gonna be hard for you all to read this. If anybody's following me this far, I commend you for that if you are. It gives more credence to where I think we're gonna go. So then a retracement, and there's there's your price action. It's kind of buried in there. On a macro level, it's just below 3K, just below it. This is just above it. So it can be safe to say that we're looking for it fucking pretty much hit that. That's crazy. Alright, let's leave this up like that. don't even know where my damn phone is. I get lost in this trending this stuff out. All right, I think I've done it all. If anybody's watching this long, you're crazy. I gave you all the information beforehand. We'll see how this plays out. And then the next day or two, screen grab it, and let's see if this price action actually goes down this far. See if this holds true. This really validates some things. Really cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. It's been long. I need to go home. Till tomorrow, be safe with your money. We love you. We're out. Go get you some. Toodles.